When you say the construction industry, can you elaborate on that? What exactly were you doing?
Once upon a time, I actually worked on the tools.
Oh.
Yes, as a steel fixer. It was wonderful. Not. But basically, I was a project manager and would go in to resolve difficulties when it came to cash flow, debt collection, contractual matters, dissolving of partnerships, and a lot of the hidden matters that aren't very evident until it all turns. You know what I was going to say now, didn't you? Yep.
Taboo.
Yep. Yep. So when it goes bad, that's when everything comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was more the fact that you really needed the prevention, and that's where I would be called in a lot of the times before it got to the problem where you had no option but to call administrators.
Mm-hmm. And were you helping the construction company because you worked for them?
Yes.
Okay. Helping them get out of trouble and avoid the pitfalls and restructure and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, did a lot of securities of payment implementation when that came in, wage disputes with the CMFU, and there's too much to list, to be honest.
Those are two pretty big things, and I guess I'm getting the sense that you were, and still are, a bit of a fixer.
So much so, yes.
Yeah. And so when you started Diva Financial, that was around 2015?
So Diva Enterprise International began in 2015, and it comprises of various areas. Diva Academy, which is the educational space, Diva Advocacy, and Diva Financial came to life in 2020, really, when it was really clear that we needed a brokerage space for women to understand what they were signing, what it all meant. It was more so for, there you go, this is going to be long-winded. When it all occurred that there were various areas that were lacking, especially for single mums, I found that very, very clear. Single mums had always had a hard time, even if they had ample assets, security, they had these hurdles they would still have to jump over. A lot of explanation and stuff. And I found that with the previous work, my previous experience, after fixing everything, as you say, everyone needed that restructure. So back in the day, I was not a broker, but we would put together a sustainable solution, various different options, and put them forward directly to the bank or the lenders. Now, in my life, I have experienced a lot of hardship when it comes to private lending. A lot of developers getting into the private lending space, not really understanding it, and then having the hard time of trying to get into a more conventional lend. Laziness too. But that's where it all began, when it came to understanding, okay, the next part of this business would be brokerage. So that they had a place that they could obtain finance that is suitable, finance that they can sustain with or without a partner, and say even for when the partner isn't working any longer or life just happens. That was 2021. 2021 is when I became the broker.